Okay, guys, this is the beginning. I am going to make a fire with just a knife. All right, just this, with me bare hands. All right, if if Tom Hanks could do it, I can do it. So the first thing we have to do is gather our tools and materials. We need a base plate or a hearthboard. I'm gonna try it without using a bow drill, like my shoelaces and string, and a bearing block. I'm gonna try to do it with my hands, but use my gloves, right? So, and then we need a spindle, a nice piece of wood. Need the right type of wood. The spindle can't be too small because it won't make enough like revolutions, but the bigger it is, it's like the slower it turns. So it's got to be just like right in the middle, and the base plate has to be like really good wood and dry, that'll heat up fast. And then I got to carve like a keyhole shaped notch on the end of it so that the the sawdust can escape and burn what's underneath. And what's underneath is going to start with this grass here, because this stuff is like super, like it goes up really fast, but it doesn't last long, but it's like a really fast hot flame. So if I can crumple this stuff up into like fine like powder, really make a bunch of this, just the leaves, I think the stalks. I'm gonna take the stalks first and take the leaves like that, right? Try to get down to the smallest fiber to catch, right? To just bleed off that small little ember. All right. You could do it with a fire board where you brush a piece of wood alongside a board. Kind of depends on which tools you have, Like you're probably gonna have shoelaces, so you can make a bow drill, and that's gonna be a lot easier if you really know what you're doing. It takes more practice though, and like it's always better. Yeah, it'd be nice to have someone hold the bearing block for you, hold all the pressure down, but you kind of lean on your shoulder on your body, right, and then trap it with your feet, and then do the drill, right, and just take your time, like let it work like a saw. Let the saw do the cutting. You'll see. All right, so I got to get enough of this grass. I'm looking to see if I can find some finer stuff. We need like super fine, then fine, and we're gonna use some of this dried, dead vine wood. I call it antler wood because it looks like deer antlers. See this stuff, yeah, but it's not exactly. Yeah, see the white. It turns like white. It's like brittle where it breaks apart in your hands without like you barely touching it. If I could, let me get a piece of wood, I could show you that physics thing, right? Where you snap a noodle, like a dry spaghetti noodle in half, and the vibration like makes it snap in more than two pieces. It always breaks in like a wishbone. It always breaks in like a third or more, because of the energy like balances or something. Yeah, you could do that with these, and it always breaks in like on the bridge. But yeah, get a bunch of these, right? Let's see, I'm gonna crumble the hell out of this and then make a nest and put this ultra fine stuff inside that under the board, like halfway, and put the board halfway over the top of the nest. Do it that way. It's, sometimes you take a little bundle, you have some stuff over there, and you transfer it to the nest. But we'll see. I'll try it the direct way. That's just firewood. So, yep, just a knife. So, I got to make the base plate. I gotta find a like stone to like hammer my knife through the wood. Or I'd be using like a rock, and I would have to flint knap the rock and find a sharp one, and it's dangerous, like chucking rocks around the river, like razor sharp. But there's enough clay rocks around here where it's just, they're everywhere. You can, I found some super sharp rocks already, like, so yeah, it can be done. All right, see you on part 2.